transitioning from simple API wrappers to complex, defensible agentic AI tools. Hey everyone, let's have a real founder-to-founder talk about the elephant in the room. If you're building a SaaS MVP in 2026 and your pitch deck says AI-powered, but your backend is just a single call to an LLM API, you don't have a product. You have a feature that's about to be Sherlocked by a Saturday afternoon update from OpenAI or Anthropic. I'm seeing so many stealth founders in the US and Europe, brilliant people, spending months on a UI only to realize they've built a wrapper. In this market, wrappers are dying. The venture capital landscape has shifted. Investors aren't looking for AI-enabled anymore. They are looking for AI-native. But what does that actually mean? It means building a moat that isn't just your code, but your data loops, your orchestration, and your agentic workflows. Today, we're going to break down how you move from a basic wrapper to a deep tech AI engine that actually survives a Series A due diligence. Let's look at your stack. Think about it for a second. Is your data siloed? Most MVPs fail because they treat AI as a bolt-on. An AI native architecture requires a different starting point. We're talking about RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation, at scale. But not just basic RAG. We're talking about Agentic RAG. Imagine your system doesn't just query a database. It understands the context of a user's intent, searches across your internal vector databases, maybe you're using Milvus or Pinecone, and then iterates on the answer before the user even sees it. This is where agentic tools come in. An agentic tool has the agency to use tools, call APIs, and verify its own work. For the founders listening, if your MVP can't explain why it made a decision, it's a black box. Stealth founders who win in 2026 are those building explainable AI layers. This is particularly huge in the European market, where AI Act compliance is looming. You need to show where the data came from and how it was processed. That is your technical moat. A common mistake I see in stealth projects is trying to solve everything with a 2,000-word system prompt. If your secret sauce is just a really long prompt, you're in trouble. Anyone with a bit of prompt injection knowledge can steal your IP in 5 minutes. Instead, you should be moving toward fine-tuning and specialized small language models, SLMs. Why pay for a massive model to do a tiny task? We are seeing a trend where successful SaaS founders use a router architecture. A cheap, fast model handles the basic stuff, and only the high-complexity tasks get sent to the expensive God models. This saves you 80% on your API costs, increases your margins, and makes your SaaS actually profitable from day one. To my co-founders in the US and Europe, speed is your only advantage. But speed without direction is just noise. Don't spend 3 months building a perfect UI. Spend 3 weeks building a perfect data pipeline. If your AI tool can ingest a client's internal HR database, clean the data, and provide real-time insights that a human would take a week to find, that's a product people pay 5 figures for. Focus on vertical AI. Don't build AI for HR. Build AI for talent retention in mid-sized manufacturing firms. The narrower the niche, the deeper the moat. When you are specific, you aren't competing with ChatGPT. You're competing with a spreadsheet, and you will win that fight every time. Look, building an AI-native SaaS is hard. There are a dozen ways to get the architecture wrong and only a few ways to get it right. If you're sitting there looking at your current MVP and wondering if it's wrapper-proof, let's talk. DM me right now. No discovery calls, no sales pitch, just a 15-minute interactive deep dive. We'll look at your tech stack, your data flow, and identify exactly where you might be vulnerable. Let's make sure your stealth project is built on a rock-solid foundation. Drop me a DM and let's connect.